Hi there, my name is John Stevens. I'm pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where I take a look at the lectionary text, tie him to an item from the Dollar Tree or the junk drawer or the kids' room, the garage. That's how we've been doing it. Thank you for spending a little bit of your week with me in this way, and thank you especially for the love that you are sharing with your kids and your congregation and your families. You, my friend, are rocking it. Thank you. First, a word of apology. I got word that my last video that I recorded in Seaside at the Byberg Preaching Conference in the hotel room about 9 o'clock at night, I heard that it was, especially near the end, it got very low volume. And completely, I was like, I had neighbors and things like that where I get self-conscious, so not even knowing it, I lowered my voice. I plugged in my mic now so that, that I'm just going to, I have a mic and I just didn't have it with me. So anyway, apologies for that. So this is for the 6th Sunday after Epiphany. Yes, 6th Sunday after Epiphany. There was a little break there you might not have noticed, but I had to trim some stuff because I forgot which Sunday I was doing, whether it was the 6th Sunday or the 27th Sunday. We're not at the Sundays after Pentecost, so we don't have to worry about the 500 millionth Sunday after Pentecost. But there we go. So we are looking at the 6th Sunday after Epiphany, and it's the Beatitudes. So what you need for this one is a sponge. But a kitchen sponge, and you're going to, pair of scissors, kitchen sponge, and what we're doing is we're cutting. What we're going to do is we're making some usable small sponge squares, because the reason is because normally I would use, I'm going to grab something here. Normally, I'm back. I would use one of these, which I have used in children's sermons before, but there's a good chance that you don't have some of these hanging around. So we are using a sponge, and there's a reason we're using a sponge. You can find them at the Dollar Tree, Dollar Store. You can find them at Kroger's. You can find cheap ones. If you can find one without the scrubby part, just the sponge, that's helpful, because what I'm going to do here is cut off that green part, because what I want is so I've got just some sponge, and then I'm going to make three pieces that are fairly equal in size. Now, I'm going to teach you a magic trick, but there's a slide in here that I'm not going to teach because you don't need it. I do it, and it adds a little mystery to it, but for this, you don't need it. So maybe it's a magic trick. It's a 0.5 of a magic trick. I don't know. I love it. The idea with the Beatitudes is that we hear, blessed are the poor, and then we hear the blessing, for they, blessed are, and they. And this sense where what we hear on one side goes, it doesn't feel like either I'm blessed or it doesn't feel like God is with me. And, and so in Lutheran circles, Luther talked about the theology of the cross, and the cross tells us that God is with us in our pain, and it sits with us in the ashes of our life, and that the theology of the cross tells us that God walks with us and does not abandon us. And so in this, I talk about how when we feel sad, or when we feel like something's not going right, we can start to feel like maybe God is far away. And when I've done this before, I start at one place at the beginning, like at the front with the kids, and then I walk, so the kids are there, and I walk back. And we have a balcony, so on Sunday, I'll actually walk up to the balcony and be up there. And the idea is, one of these, the kids only know about two of them. So you've got this third one. So you've got the two, and so you've got the two there, and then one of them plays the part of God, and the other plays the part of us. And I always have fun with it. I go, so this one will play the part of God, and this one will play the part of us. Or wait a minute, is this one God and this one's us? Anyway, and just because they actually look so much similar, and the kids find that funny. But so you've got here, and you've got one, and you're going to give one to the kid who's going to hold on tight, and then you've got this one. What they don't know is you actually have one hidden in your hand here. So when you're holding one, they don't know that it's in here because you've got the two here. You walk out and you've got, all right, got the two things here, and you drop one because that's always good. Gravity is still working, by the way. There we are. Sorry, you see my head. You've got the two here. Now you've got the one, and it doesn't matter which hand, of course. If you're right-handed, left-handed, I'm left-handed. So here. So what you've got the one here, you're going to place this one down because you're going to grab that. You're going to give this one to a kid, and when you give it to the kid, you do a move. Basically, you can even do it like this. When you're pointing to the kids, you can even do this, and you go to give. I mean, you here, and then you can drop this down into the hand. So now you have the kid open the hands, you reach in and grab both of them. The reason we're using a sponge is because when you hold the two together like that, they don't know that there's two because it's pressed together. But when it's opened up, when you open it up, it expands and it's easy to tell. I keep dropping these things. Isn't that fun? All right, so here we are. So we've got one hidden in the hand, one up here like this, and here. So as you come up and you give this to the kids, so the kids got one and they're holding on to it tight. You're like, you're going to hold on to that tight. Hold on to it tight. Do not let me in that hand for nothing. You want to play that you're going to try to get. You're just letting them know, hold on tight. You're holding on tight, and then you've got this one, and then you keep walking. You keep walking back, and then so as you're walking back, you can there's a couple of things you can do. One is that you can pretend to put it in this hand, which is it's here, and as you go to put it into this hand, as you close your hand, you just grab this back. So here, and it takes, and that's a practice. That's actually a little slight, but that's so you can pretend to put it in that hand, or you can. So you've placed one in the hand here, and you've placed these into the kids' hands. So you've got this, you've placed this into the kids, got the hand here, and you've got the one here. So you grab this one, and then as you turn around, basically as you turn around, you're going to pretend to put it in this hand, and you have all the time in the world. So you're here, and you go to turn and you go to walk away. So you've got the one here, and you go and you place it in this hand, and then you hold it up, or you can just, even if you've got this one here, put your hands together. And you don't even have to do anything. Put your hands together, and then you pretend that you've grabbed it in this hand. So it's just here. You're still holding onto this with the thumb, and then you just grab it and you hold it up. And as you're walking away, this hand can easily just then go into the pocket because they're paying attention to this. You're talking to them like this, and you just put that in your pocket and you ditch it. So you've got this in the hand. You say, don't. Hold tight, and as you come up and you say, there's times that we can, as you move away, there's times that we can think that God is pulled far away from us, that there's the poor, and they're like, well, they must not be doing stuff right, and God must be, moving away from them, and you move away, you get very far away, and you go, but the thing is that while we might think that God is here and we're all the way over there, God tells us, and we hear this in the Beatitudes, that God walks with us through all of our lives and sits with us in our pain and does not, and we might, you can use the word pain. I was going to say we might use a different word. No, God sits with us when we hurt. And that's a gift. That's a gift. And then you can show that God is, we thought that God was all far off there, just had withdrawn, but the fact is that God's not there. Open up your hand first. Before you have the kid open up their hands, open up your hand first to show that God is not here, far away. And then you ask the kid to open up their hand. And when they open up their hand, have them grab both of them and hold them up so that they can see and that God has been with them the entire time. So that is that's the children's sermon. That's my springboard, using 3 pieces of sponge, putting it in here, holding the 2, handing them that one, and then when you've got the hand down here like that, and then you hold it up, and then ditching this in your pocket. All right. I hope that can be useful for your own children's sermon. Thank you so much for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregation and your families. You are rocking it. And thank you for your partnership in this ministry. All right. We'll see you next week. Peace.